Hello everyone. Embrace the iExamB learning experience with the crisp and quality courses at iExamB that help you prepare 50% faster for various government job exams. I am Prachi Agarwal, the finance faculty with more than 15 years of experience in the finance space. In this video, I will continue the discussion related to SEBI Grade A General stream preparation, and in this particular video, I am specifically going to talk about the paper 2 subject-wise distribution of questions and the importance of various subjects and topics in this paper. The weightage of numericals is also what I am going to discuss in this video. If you are unaware about the syllabus or the subjects that are being covered in paper 2, in general stream there are 6 subjects: Commerce and Accountancy, Management, Finance, Costing, Companies Act and Economics. For the detailed syllabus related to each of these 6 subjects, you can watch my video, understand the syllabus on SEBI Grade A if you have missed this. Before this, I had also discussed the exam pattern and the eligibility in detail. So if you are unaware of any of these aspects, you should please watch these videos, for which please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you continue to get notifications for the upcoming videos related to your SEBI Grade A preparation. So let's start and talk about the questions and the distribution of the various subjects that is found in this particular paper amongst these 6 subjects. When I talk about the distribution of questions in phase 1 in 2020, please remember in 2020 it was the first time that this syllabus was used for the exam of SEBI Grade A for the general stream. So that time the questions were distributed and not in a very equitable manner. So it saw more coverage coming from the finance with 15 questions, followed by a lot of general awareness related questions coming to the extent of 13 questions. When I say general awareness, there was questions like, they had asked about the founder of Infosys, there was a question related to HTML, right? So there were very simple generic questions that they had asked in paper 2. After that, there were questions related to Commerce and Accountancy, 7 questions each from Commerce and Accountancy and Economics, followed by 3 questions each from Management and Costing and 2 questions from Companies Act. However, the phase 2 saw a more focus on the syllabus and the subjects that were given for this paper. So in phase 2 of 2020, we saw a better distribution with 8 questions coming from Commerce and Accountancy and Costing each and Economics, while there were 10 questions from Management, 9 from Finance and 7 from Companies Act. So a better distribution and focus on the syllabus was found in phase 2 2020. This continued in the next cycle in 2022, where a very good distribution and justice being done to each of the subjects and the various topics that are given in the syllabus was seen both into phase 1 and phase 2 of 2022. Here, Finance had 10 questions, followed by Costing and Commerce and Accountancy having 9 questions each, followed by Management and Companies Act having 8 questions each, and Economics having 6 questions. Similar thing we found in 2022 phase 2, where Commerce and Accountancy had 11 questions, followed by 9 questions each in Economics and Companies Act, 8 questions in Management, 7 in Finance and 6 in Costing. If you look at the combination of 2 close subjects, for example, Commerce and Accountancy and Costing together, and Finance and Economics together, and Management and Companies Act together, these 3 combinations have contributed 1/3 of the questions both in phase 1 and phase 2. So when we look at these 3 combinations, each of them are contributing 1/3 and a very, very good justice being done to each of these subjects. What is this telling us and how is this important for your preparation? This what is telling you is, one, you can prepare some aspect of each of the subjects. Try not to leave any of the subjects. While in some you can cover the depth, on the other hand, in some you should focus on covering the breadth of the syllabus depending on your understanding, your background and your comfort with different subjects. This will help you to strategize, score well and maximize your learning as per your preparation. So this is very, very important thing that is you can see for various background students, whether you are commerce students or a non-commerce or a finance student. Why? Because if a finance subject of costing or commerce and accountancy is strong for a finance or a commerce student, they can help to maximize this 1/3 aspect. While the other hand, if a non-finance student is getting scared, one, you need not be scared, and second, even if that is so, you should strengthen the other 4 subjects in a very, very good manner and do a average to above average preparation for the other subjects. So this will help you strategize, plan and maximize your efforts for your preparation for paper 2. Now let's look at the subject-wise distribution in a nutshell. So if you see this over the past 4 exams that have happened for paper 2 in 2020 and 2022, on an average you can see 10 questions coming from accountancy, around 8 questions from management, around 9 to 10 questions from finance, costing having around 8 questions, Companies Act also has a good weightage of around 8 questions, economics around 7 to 8 questions are there. So as such, from each of the 6 subjects, you can say anywhere ranging from 6 to 10 questions from each of these subjects is covered. Now that you know that the distribution is more or less same with questions ranging from 6 to 10 questions in each of these subjects, now what is important is what you should study, because each of these 6 subjects has a decently vast syllabus that you have to look at. So some of the recurring topics that are asked over and over the years in different formats, and the ones you should not miss out is what I am stating here. So let's start with commerce and accountancy. In commerce and accountancy, it is very, very important to know the accounting principles, or what we call them the accounting concepts and conventions, right? These are very, very important. You should, if you are from the commerce background, you should not miss to revise them, and if you are not from the commerce background, this is where you should definitely start to get the comfort over the subject. Next is the accounting standards, where the two from the list of 5 accounting standards that have been given, you should not miss to cover inventory and PPE, which is covering your depreciation and fixed assets, right? PPE stands for plant, property and equipment. So these are the 2 most important. After that, from in the importance is also revenue, right? So these 3 you should definitely not miss. You have to do these. After that, rights and buyback is another area that you should be studying, and financial statements of course is the most important, both from the preparation point of view. You should know the schedule 3, what is the presentation, which item is shown and presented where. So you have to remember that very well, followed by the ratio analysis. Moving to the next subject, management. In management, the roles of a manager and the functions in management are something which is asked almost every year in some form or the other. Another is the leadership styles, various leadership styles, whether it is autocratic, whether it's democratic, or then there are certain new forms like transformational, transactional leadership styles, and other are new terms are also introduced here and there. So all different types of leadership styles that you can study, you should concentrate on. And next, the most frequently asked is some communication related questions. So communications is a very short chapter. However, in that short chapter, there are a lot of things that are discussed related to communication, direction of communication, barriers to communication, types of communication that you should cover. And these questions can be very, very scoring if you read them well and practice them well. Moving to the next subject, finance. In finance, mostly very conceptual questions are asked related to financial markets, various terms, instruments used in the financial markets, and a good amount of weightage of the questions in the finance are actually related to financial awareness. Like, if some guidelines, some regulations, some news related to financial markets or something that SEBI has come out with or RBI has come out with is there in the news, that is more frequently asked rather than static knowledge. So it's very, very important that you please keep abreast with the news, what is happening in the economy, what is happening in the financial world. For this, you should read a financial newspaper, or if not, if you find it difficult to do that, at one place in RBpedia at iExamB, you can get all the news at one place under one head, which is published on a daily, weekly and a monthly basis and is available on our website for free download. Moving to the next subject, costing. Here in costing, again, some questions, very conceptual basic questions related to various key definitions in costing are asked. Like they may ask you about what is job costing, batch costing. They may give definitions and ask for the correct answer over there. Lean systems, again, very, very theoretical and a easy topic to study that you can find it very, very scoring. The various lean system that can be there, like 6 Sigma is there, 5S is there, right? What are the different wastages that have to be reduced? So lean systems is again a very scoring and a recurringly asked questions that are coming in these exams. And then another very, very important from the numerical point of view also is marginal costing. Both the concept and the numericals related to marginal costing, break-even analysis, contribution is a very important topic. Moving to Companies Act, there are 7 chapters that are covered. Within these 7 chapters, 4 are very, very important. One is your prospectus, chapter 3, dividend, independent directors related rules, and audit and auditors related rules. So very, very important. These 4 segments you should not leave out at all. The other are also important. I'm not saying don't do them, but these are something which are very, very important, and the frequency of them being asked is high. In economics, your national income, fiscal and monetary policy, mostly from the news point of view, and your basic economics. So basic economics, like what is demand, what is supply, what is law of demand, what is ISLM curve about, so this basic economics and terms related to it, what is GDP, how is GDP defined, how it is different from GNP. So this comes both in your national income and basic economics understanding. What is inflation, different terms related to inflation, right? So all these conceptual terms, understanding, definitions are very, very important, and news based to fiscal and monetary policy also has importance in economics. So these are in a nutshell the most important topics, and the weightage, most important topics from the point of view of the questions and the weightage and the distribution of questions that have come in the past 2 recruitment cycles of SEBI in 2020 and 22. Now I'm coming back to one more aspect that I had told you I will discuss in this video, which is numericals. Do numericals have an importance in this exam? In one word, the answer is yes. Numericals do come in this paper. However, their importance changes with the phase. So in 2020, In phase 1, there were only 2 numericals, very easy direct formula based numericals. In phase 2 also, the numericals were from easy to moderate level, but the number of numericals was higher at 9. Similarly, in 2022 also, in phase 1 there was only 1 numerical, while in phase 2 there were 11 numericals, right? So yes, numericals are definitely important, and their importance increases in the phase 2 of the exam as compared to the phase 1. Now, what are the areas that you should prepare in for numericals? Ratios, a must. You can just not leave out ratios. It is the most frequently asked topic in any numerical question in any of these exams. So ratios for sure. Apart from there, inventory valuation, basically as per the accounting standard, which is a simple application of a simple rule in giving in accounting standards, that inventory needs to be valued at lower of the NRV or cost, right? So this simple rule is just asked you to be applied in a numerical format. That's all. Depreciation based numerical can come. Forex, when I say forex, some forex either trading related or conversion related from one currency to the other. This kind of questions can be there. These questions are from costing. So this is covered mostly from your accounting syllabus, and from your costing syllabus, numericals related to break-even analysis and your marginal costing are the most frequently asked type of numericals. There can also be numericals related to various costs when we are calling the unit costing. So when we start with the costing, there are various costs that add up to make the overall cost for a product or service. So that we study under unit costing, and every stage is given a different name, like there is prime cost, there are work costs, right? So unit costing, so each of those cost elements you need to understand, and which is added to which level is important. So that is another area from which your numerical can come. One very unlikely area of numericals being there, however, there has been an incident of such a numerical coming in phase 1 in 2022, is from the economics subjects. We got economics subjects numerical on demand and supply, right? Although it was also very simple question where you had to find the equilibrium price by equating the demand and supply equation. So it is more like a quant question that could have also been used, but with the economic theory in background. So this was one numerical that came. So from economics, when you are preparing in a more comprehensive manner for phase 2, you can include numericals related to demand and supply and national income. Right? Simple questions, not very high level, where you understand and use the formula and logic to move ahead. So these are other areas, but not recurring areas, but some areas when you are preparing, you can also look at this. So this is all about the various subjects and the contribution of these subjects and topics, and also of the numericals. You can also practice the past year papers. They are available at iExamB website. You go under the previous year paper tab. There you can search for SEBI, and you will find questions both for phase 2 and for phase 1. So you will find it for 2020, for 2022, all the questions. So you can download the PDF, or you can also give it in a test format for practice. In addition to that, we are also running series of discussing the past year papers for each of the subjects separately, like for economics, Companies Act, management. We are also doing for finance, accounts and costing. So these videos are also being done to discuss all these questions. So in case you have not watched them, please, you can go ahead and watch them to understand the level of questions, the type of questions, and how to approach to solve such kind of questions. If you have still not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe the channel so that you get the notifications related to all the videos that keep getting added related to the SEBI Grade A preparation or any other exam that you are following. So that's all from my side. Thank you. I hope this is helping you to strategize and give direction and impetus to your preparation for SEBI Grade A exam. Wishing you all the best. Prepare 50% faster with iExamB. For any other information, you can reach out to us at hello@iexamb.com or call us at 920-552-402.